The Vans Old Skool, a universal sneaker cemented in street, skate, and art scenes worldwide. From collaborations with Double Taps and Opening Ceremony, to the feet of rock star Henry Rollins, to the shelves of your local sneaker shop. When issued in 1977, the Old Skool introduced the iconic Vans side stripe, which would later become a defining feature of models like the Skate High. During a nearly 50-year-long history, the shoe has championed high and low aesthetics, both in the abandoned swimming pools loved by DIY skaters and by celebrities like A$AP Rocky. Here's how one of Vans' oldest silhouettes became a force of innovation and propelled the rise of street and skate culture to the mainstream. Behind the hype. The Vans Old Skool. Punk concerts, skate competitions, red carpets, and weddings. Rooted in both popular and underground culture, the Old Skool defies a single stereotype, winning a nod from a long list of celebrities. Frank Ocean, Big Sean, Travis Scott, and Justin Bieber are just a few names spotted in the shoes. As a goes-with-anything sneaker, the Old Skool silhouette makes it one of the most classic yet affordable pieces on the market. A timeless character also widened the shoe's creative horizons, starting with skaters who drew their own designs on its rubber and fabric. Company owner Paul Van Doren eventually opened design contests that encouraged DIY, one-of-ones, and unique approaches to lacing.
It was around in the mid-90s that the shoes started to really take off more in terms of sort of lifestyle and be used sort of as non-skate shoes.
Community-facing remakes set a precedent for decades of brand collaborations in streetwear and high fashion, starting with the Supreme Old Skool in 1996. Noah co-founder and Supreme design director Brendan Babenzien designed the 3-colorway release and set the stage for 10 more Vans and Supreme collections.
Vulcanized sneaker technology had already existed since the 19th century. So this is fast forward to over 100 years later. So it's not trying to be anything that it's not. It doesn't use typically synthetic materials. It's frequently, even today, still always using canvas and suede. It's not masking itself in any way.
Vault by Vans opened in 2003, home to high-end releases and collaborations. With help from contemporary designers and collaborators like Undercover, Taka Hayashi, Engineered Garments, and Joe Freshgoods, the Vault focused on premium materials and archival silhouettes for its limited drops. Just 2 years after Vault by Vans started, Vans embarked on another endeavor, the Syndicate Line, which ran for 10 years. Vans Syndicate, created by misfits for misfits, allowed Vans to give non-traditional creatives a platform to showcase their designs. Names including Jason Dill, Sean Stussy, Carhartt WIP, and Tyler the Creator gave submersive takes on Vans like the Old Skool. Vans' willingness to invite collaborators to rework the Old Skool gave the sneaker credit with a wide range of artists, fans, and creative enthusiasts. Co-signs from streetwear's most influential names spoke to decades of success within the Old Skool's surrounding culture. The Vans story began when brothers Paul and James Van Doren, along with Gordon Lee and Serge D'Elia, partnered to start the Van Doren Rubber Company in 1966, introducing the Authentic. The Era, Vans' first skate model, debuted in 1976 as part of Vans' iconic 70s off-the-wall line. The line added the Old Skool just 1 year later.
So the Old Skool was originally known as Style 36. The first advertisement for it was in April 1978 in Skateboarder magazine,
followed by the Skate High and Slip-On models, all of which still possess the red off-the-wall heel tab. The shoes grew cultural momentum and saw the California-based company catch on with skaters, surfers, and the youth culture at large. The Old Skool introduced Vans' signature side stripe, originally dubbed the Jazz Stripe by creator Paul Van Doren, who drew the design. The low-top shoe also stood out for its leather panels in the toe and heel. The influence of the shoes only grew through the 90s, with sponsorships tying the brand to the 1995 Warped Tour and the 1996 Triple Crown of skateboarding. Warped Tour renamed itself Vans Warped Tour, and Vans eventually gained controlling interest in the beloved music event.
You start to see the Old Skool on the runway, you start to see it being worn by all different types of people, so it's really breaking that mold. It's no longer really a technical functional skate shoe anymore. It's sort of being elevated to this next level.
Over the decades, the Old Skool refreshed its design with new colorways and collaborations. In 2004, the launch of Vans Customs welcomed fans to collaborate on the shoes. Almost 2 decades later, anyone can still apply Vans' customizable ethos to their sneaker, with hundreds of custom color and pattern combinations. Pushing past color and patterns, the side stripe became the focus of experimentation with the Blends Bones Old Skool in 2014, followed by other variations seen in the Peanuts and Noda releases. High fashion collaborations took off at the end of the decade, with brands Jound, Undercover, Palm Angels, Crink, and others recently inserting their interpretations. However, despite years of reinventing the shoe, the form of the Old Skool mostly retained the same silhouette. In 2022, Vans looked to the past to elevate the profile of the Old Skool with the reintroduction of the Knu Skool through a Vault by Vans collaboration with Imran Potato. The Knu Skool, originally released in 1998, adapted and distorted the design language of the Old Skool with a puffed-up tongue, ankle collar, and most strikingly, its three-dimensional beveled side stripe, which plays on decades of rich history of the iconic Vans symbol. Following the hype of the Imran Potato collaboration, fans of the side stripe were met with a mega retro throwback in the 2023 collection with a range of Knu Skool colorways hitting the market. Today, the Knu Skool has become one of Vans' top-selling silhouettes, reflecting how skateboard styling continues to influence fashion. Behind the hype, the Vans Old Skool.